Welcome. I am Joa Muñe, and today at the Painters Talk, we are talking with Mechu Diamante. Mechu Diamante is an Argentinian muralist, and we have the pleasure of meeting in Porto in 2019. Mechu today is going to share with us step by step the process of one of her murals. So, non saying more, Mechu, welcome and thank you very much for being here.
Hola, hi Joa. Thank you for having me. I'm very happy to be here. As you say, I'm from Argentina, so I don't speak English very well. So I apologize you in advance. I'm going to try, I promise I will do my best to understand me and be clear. For you to understand me and be clear.
That's very sweet of you, Mechu. Thank you very much. Mechu, tell us, how did you become a muralist?
Well, I think one thing took me to another. I'm a graphic designer, so I was studying at university, and at that time I took a few courses about lettering. And after 2 years of working in a design agency, I decided to become a freelance. So I started doing my first lettering pieces, and at some time I get bored of the size of the paper, so I decided to take a leap to a bigger surface.
Mm-hmm.
And so I asked my ex-boyfriend, who has a fitness center,
Mm-hmm.
to borrow me some walls for me to paint some murals, and of course he agreed. So those were my first murals at 2016, I think.
Oh, wow. Long ago.
That's all.
Oh, cool. And Mechu, I have seen a little bit of your transition, and I noticed that before you were painting more letters, but now is more botanicals, like more leaves and flowers. Why this?
There's a few reasons. One of them is that I took a few courses of sign painting with Chef Marshall and Mac Mayer, and I was so excited to be a sign painter here in Argentina, but it's not easy because in Latino America in general, it's difficult to get the materials and the tools that you use as a sign painter. So that was one of the reasons. And the other was that at some point I'd start adding some illustration at the lettering murals I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was a process, and I feel more comfortable painting the things that I made, like illustrations, where I decided how a flower is going to be, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to follow any rule. So I enjoy that.
Yeah. Okay.
Like having the decision to make what I want and decide how it's going to be.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's a good reason. So, well, people perhaps have seen her work or Mechu's work, and you probably have noticed that botanical are her signature. And now we are going to have a look to some of the murals she has created. So check this out. Mechu, how many murals more or less you do per month?
It depends on the month, but in a regular or quiet month, I paint like 2 or maybe 3 murals. And in high season,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
maybe 5 or 6 per month.
wow, that's a lot. Wow.
Yeah.
You are a machine, a mural machine.
Yes, it's difficult to organize it, but it's working.
Oh, wow.
I have some help, like an assistant. You will see.
Okay, cool. Well, and Mechu saying we will see is because in the preparation for this interview, Mechu had the courtesy of recording one of the murals she was painting a couple of weeks ago. So this is the mural we're going to talk about today in this interview. Mechu, tell us a little bit more about this mural.
Well, the client was a restaurant, and he wanted a mural that was not shocking at first sight. So he asked me for greens, leaves, and a mural that worked with the space, like a quiet and chill space. So I made this proposal.
So, Mechu, and how long did it take you painting this mural?
It took me 2 days. The first day, I used an assistant to make the first and the second coat of all the design. And the second day, I like to work alone to pay attention to the details and the final touches of the design.
Cool. Mechu, do you mind sharing with us the image of the proposal you sent to him?
Of course. Show it to them.
Great. Mechu, and how do you transfer the design into the wall? What is your method?
Well, there's a lot of methods to transfer the design to the wall. The one I use and the one that is useful for me is this one that I'm going to share with you. I put tape all over the wall. I put them in different directions and also different sizes, masking tape, as you can see. Then take a photo of the wall with the tape. I use an application like Photoshop where I put this image at the back and then put the other image where I have the design that I made, the proposal, the sketch, over. With these images on my phone, I guided myself to transfer the design to the wall. So I look at the image and see if a line cross a tape or if a line is near a tape. So that's why I used to put the tapes in different directions and different sizes so I can recognize them in the photo. Okay.
Okay.
When I transfer it, I use yellow paint because it's the more transparency one. And also I added water. So when I paint over, it's easy to cover.
Okay, got it. Well, let's have a look to the first day of Mechu painting this mural.
So as you can see, guys, in the video, there's me putting the tape, also doing the outline of the design. And the other girl that you see there is my assistant, that is my sister. And it's really fun to work with her because she is also my friend. So we have good times working together.
Oh, that's really nice. Well, that's cool. Let's have a look then to the second day of working. So here in this video, we can see that you are putting second coats to the design. Tell us what you did in this day.
Second day, I focused myself on the details, and I think the design because I'm a graphic designer and I use Photoshop and Illustrator, I think the design has a lot of layers, one up to the other.
Yeah.
So when I paint, I also do this, that I think that the first coat is the one in the back, and then the others are like over and over. So that's the way I paint, from the back to the top.
So let's say that the first day, the layer you are painting is actually like kind of the background, or like the big images, and then you're going to start painting on top of them.
Over and over, like different layers.
Yeah. It's the opposite, for instance, that in working with glass, when you're working with glass, you first paint like the details, what the eye see first, and then you are putting like slowly the layers from the back. So it's kind of the inverted work, but yeah, cool.
Yes,
we understand.
And I also reuse the tapes that I used in the first day to cover up some places where I already paint, so I don't paint over, and also to do these sharp angles that I love to make, so they are very sharp.
I love them. I always notice them. I say, how she does such a Sharpie leaves. They're really pretty.
Well, the tape helps you to do this. And I also love them, and I don't know why, but it makes me feel good when I do them.
Well, that's the most important thing. Mechu, and what type of paint do you use?
I use latex. It's acrylic paint, water based.
Yeah. Paint. Okay. Cool. Well, Mechu created a little video showing us the details that she was talking about. So let's have a look to it. Indeed, there are a lot of details in your leaves and like a lot of shadows and different colors. So it's a lot of work. I'm very curious to see the final mural, like the result of all this work. So let's check it out. Really good work. I mean, it's really beautiful, and as you say, kind of goes very well in the space and integrates. It's not very noisy. It's really pretty. I really like it, and definitely it has your signature, it has your style. Really pretty.
Thank you.
Mechu, I imagine that for many people, when they see you working, they think being a muralist is a dream job, right? I mean, you look having fun, painting, creative, or being creative and all these kind of things. So what are the best parts for you of your work?
The best part is that I'm my own boss. So I made all the decisions, and I decide what is the better and the best for me and my business. And I think that opportunity very, it's the best.
Yeah.
But also I enjoy the challenges that every project brings you, like this mix of feelings when you are like afraid of doing something new, but also you are like excited. So this mix, and the result when you are brave and do this new challenge, the result, it's like super powerful.
Yeah.
That feeling is the best.
Yeah, I think somehow we are kind of adrenaline junkies because I think so. I mean, I totally identify with what you're saying, because many times there are projects that I say, yes, of course, I know how to do it. And then I am like, oh my God.
Why?
Then you start calling, help me. But anyway,
Yes.
sometimes it happened to me that you overthink about it, or well, perhaps you have reasons to be nervous, but at the end of the day, you always have like a little bit of a certainty that somehow it will figure it out. I mean, it will happen. So, and Mechu, what will be the part of your work that you enjoy the less?
It's also the one that I enjoy the most, because you are like you have all the responsibility, you make all the decisions, you have to buy the paint, you have to call your assistant, you have to make the budget, you have to talk to the client, you have to arrange the schedule, organize the agenda, do the design, make the proposal, the sketch, all of it. So it's sometimes overwhelming.
Yeah, it's funny because people don't realize that actually behind a creative kind of career, there is also a lot of admin to be done, and it takes a lot of time. I mean, perhaps we are very creative and everything, and we can spend our hours doing that, but the admin is not so fun. But well, and in terms of challenges, what is the most challenging for you? The most challenging part of your work for you?
I think it is to be like constantly evolving and getting better day by day, and feel like constantly moving forward. And I think that's the most challenging part, not to stay like in a place and move forward.
Okay. Yeah, evolving is true. Sometimes people, you already have a very defined style, but like evolving within your own style is very important, because that way you can bring like a new air, or like kind of keep fresh your style. I think that is
and sometimes it makes you feel like insecure, because you don't know if you could allow you to make a change. And
sometimes even when I'm doing my designs, it's what you say, you create your designs. At the end of the day, you follow the guidance of your client, but it's you who comes with the design. And many times I have to remember myself, it's like, Joa, being your own team. Like, I want something perhaps super charged or very developed. And then it's like, okay, but I have enough time. Do I have like, all the materials or all those kind of things? Sometimes I say, no, maybe do the changes and work on your favor as well. Like, don't make it too complicated for yourself, but of course, keep the standards high and try to do a little bit better every time. I think that sometimes we want to do like massive steps in design or in style, and at the end of the day, it doesn't work well because you overwhelm yourself. But
Yes.
yeah, but it's good. It's good to keep moving and evolving. I think that's really good. Mechu, I learned a lot. It's incredible. Like first, the amount of murals you create is unbelievable. You are a machine, as I say. You're very fast at painting, at painting, but also designing. And well, I know you are in Argentina, but I know that there is many people looking to do more murals, to learn a little bit more. If people would like to get in touch with you, where and how they could reach you out?
They can reach me by my Instagram. That is Mechu Diamante. Can send a inbox, a message, a good vibe or something, a smile, an emoji.
Cool.
Everything.
Lovely. Mechu, and I'm going to ask you a question that I know that many people that is watching this interview is not from Latin America. So what does it mean, Mechu?
Mechu, it's like a nickname of Mercedes. That is my name. That's
okay. Good.
There's no magic.
But there is a diamond.
Yes, diamond. It's something I added to like my artistic name. Something like that.
I love it. I really, really like it.
Thank you.
Mechu, thank you very much. I have learned a lot. I mean, every time I saw one of your Instagram stories or like the pictures of your work, I wonder how does she make such a beautiful murals and so fast? Because constantly you are showing a new wall. Today we're doing this. And I'm like, what? It's like super fast. So thank you very much for sharing your knowledge, your experience, for taking the time for this talk with us. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for inviting me. It's an honor. And I hope to see you soon.
Yeah, me too. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I don't know, magic happen and we can cross again.
Yes, of course.
Okay, Mechu. Ciao. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Ciao.